You're live. So, you don't want me to rotate this backwards. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I am the infamous Miss RHODAYOUNG Live, where I am out here bringing this to y'all live about January the 19th. What happened on January the 19th when the police officer, off-duty police officer, came here on this very road right here and took the law into his own hands. I am the infamous Miss RHODAYOUNG Live, where the people are asking for help and assistance with this case. They want to know, is police officers above the law? Are they allowed to get away with murder and not be charged with it when clearly the man has presented no harm or danger to no one? On the 19th of January 2020, a young man that had mental issues was walking along this road right here. He was walking along this road right here when he came encounter with a young lady who alleged he pulled the knife out on her. Instead of her calling Chesapeake Police Department, she ought to call her husband. Her husband was a white off-duty police officer of Norfolk, Virginia, but yet he came to the scene in Chesapeake, Virginia, and took the law into his own hand. I'm gonna round this up for you because it's kind of cold out here. He shot and killed the man. Yes, you heard it right. He shot and killed the disabled man to death. Multiple shots were fired, and the man was shot multiple times. The family is calling out for me to come out and do the story because they want their story to be heard and heard correctly. Because when the news tell their story, they only tell what they want to, and they cut the rest of the important information out. So RHODAYOUNG Live has been called out to the scene to find out what really went on. January 19th, 2020, Bainbridge Boulevard, Chesapeake, Virginia. I am the infamous Miss RHODAYOUNG Live, where I am bringing this story to you live, raw, and uncut, and unedited, from the family point of view. Was it really necessary to shoot and kill their family member that did not have a knife in his hand when an officer that was off duty came out? Thank y'all for calling me out. I am the infamous Miss RHODAYOUNG Live, and it's my pleasure to interview both of you. I will start with you first. Your name is? Hi, Kara Williams. You know, right now we are on a highway, so we got cars and everything in the background. So it'd be kind of nice if you kind of speak a little louder than what you normally do. Can you tell me your relationship with the victim that was shot and killed?
I am the mother of his 3 children.
So the mother of his 3 children. How old are y'all 3 children?
18-year-old,
Okay, so can you tell me exactly what happened to your children's father on the 19th, 2020?
Well, in my opinion, I believe that even in passing, if there were words exchanged, I just believe that, like it was told to us.
They can't hear you. Let's come back into the parking lot. We're going to move back because the traffic is kind of loud. We're going to move the camera, y'all, to get away from the traffic, okay? All right, we're going to take it right here so we can hear her, okay? A little bit better. Away from the traffic, okay? Come on in. All right. So on January the 19th, 2020, around what time was this murder? Because I'm going to call it for what it's worth.
Right.
What time was the murder?
I would say, I think it was around 2 in the evening.
Okay. What I had heard was, can you tell me, he was walking down the street, which he normally do.
Yes, from what we were told, he was walking up the street and in passing, he met the officer's girlfriend. And she, from what we were told per detective, there were only words exchanged as far as him saying that he was going to stab her if she walked past him. I mean, that's just what we were told. It was verbal. I asked, I said, hey, did he have a knife saying, I'm going to stab you, or was it just a verbal thing? And I was told that it was just verbal. So, for what, being that he just verbally said, allegedly, verbally said that he was going to stab her, she took upon herself to call her, instead of dialing 911 and call the Chesapeake police, she took upon herself to call her boyfriend, police officer, and also to add, she also stated that you don't want. She told Kelvin that you don't want to mess with me because my boyfriend is a Norfolk cop.
And how did you know she said that?
That was told to actually his brother by law enforcement.
Okay. Now, so allegedly, your children's father has a mental disability.
Yes, he has schizophrenia.
Okay, but it's controllable
Yes,
most of the time.
most of the time.
Have he ever been valid towards anyone?
He's not. No, I'm not gonna paint a perfect picture. Nobody's perfect. Like we
Okay.
all have struggles. However, as far as him walking and threatening people like with knives out and brandishing a weapon, no, I have no knowledge of that. That just sounds crazy to me.
Okay. Now, they said that he's allegedly pulled a knife out on her and said he won't cut her somehow. Allegedly. That's what they said.
Like he said verbally, he didn't pull a knife out on her. He just said it.
Okay, so he didn't pull a knife out. They said verbally,
Yeah, it was
he
just a
said.
verbal altercation.
So they said verbally,
Yes.
he said he would cut her, but he never pulled the knife out.
Yeah.
She become paranoid, allegedly,
Yes.
so afraid for her life that she was so afraid for her life, she did not call the police.
No.
She was so afraid for her life, instead of dialing 911 because she's in the city of Chesapeake and the police station is down the street, she ought to call her husband
Her boyfriend.
slash boyfriend, is in the paper as husband,
Yeah.
slash boyfriend, which is a Norfolk police officer. Now here we go. We're in Chesapeake, Virginia, guys. This lady alleged this man verbally said he's going to cut her. Instead of dialing 911, which is only 3 digits, she chose to use 7 digits and call her Norfolk police officer boyfriend slash husband. So she's really petrified because she dialed more numbers. Allegedly, her Norfolk boyfriend husband comes to the scene and commits murder. He comes to the scene with another person inside his personal vehicle, cut the guy off with the mental disability that's walking away from the scene, and chooses to shoot this man down dead right there at the pole where I was standing at. The man was shot multiple times. How many times was it alleged that he was shot?
Allegedly between 5 and 7.
He was shot between 5 and 7 times in his chest and also where else?
That's in the torso area.
In the torso area. Did they say why was a weapon drawn on him?
We've heard there's various things. There was a witness who came forward who said that this officer who arrived on the scene with another individual who had a gun on his hip as well, just said that he alleged that Kelvin tried to rob him at knife point.
Okay, wait a minute. So the second guy now alleged that white or black.
I was told that he was olive complected, maybe Hispanic or Middle Eastern.
All right, color don't matter, but we just make sure we know what color they are. For somebody to say what difference does color make in this society, it makes a lot of difference. So to go play games with yourself. He alleged that he tried to rob him.
Yes. One of the officers stated to him that he tried to, I guess he shot because he tried to rob him at knife point.
But yet they was caught because he pulled the knife out allegedly said he was gonna cut the girlfriend.
So we're like, which one is it?
So there's a lot of lies going on there.
Which story is it?
Okay, I'm gonna get back with you in 1 second. How you doing? And you are who to Kevin?
Kevin is my brother. I'm his oldest brother.
Oh, so you his oldest brother. Oh, so you know a lot about your brother. So tell us what happened on that day.
Actually, I talked to the detective, and I heard a couple stories. One was that my brother was passing by the young lady. She had a stroller, and they were walking in opposite directions. So when he approached her, they the sidewalk was getting kind of narrow. So what I was told by the detective that he wouldn't allow himself, or she wouldn't allow herself to come off the sidewalk. So when she approached him and they approached each other, he said to her verbally that you can't come by me. If you do, I'm going to cut you.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And from there, she called her off-duty husband to go and well, excuse me, I want to make sure I tell you exactly. She said that you wouldn't want to do that because my husband is an off-duty cop. I mean, a Norfolk cop. So she called her husband, which we all know, and from there, and I just want to make sure I explain it the way that the detective told her that from there they came up, and my brother had a knife in his hand that
Allegedly.
and it's all allegedly that from there that they came, which the officer, I'll make sure I'm loud enough, but the officer allegedly said that I am a Norfolk cop. And I'm telling you again what the officer, the detective told me, that they came upon my brother and the undercover Norfolk officer and two other people rode with him. And they cornered my brother off, and it's hard to share this, but they cornered him off, and from there they said that they came and they started to tussle, and they intertwined, but my brother threw him off, and from there it was separation, and they pulled out the officer off-duty officer pulled his weapon out, and from there they said that my brother had on a backpack, and it was turned backwards, and that he had books in his backpack with books and papers. So from there, with my brother, the altercation of my brother throwing the off-duty
Allegedly.
That he shot twice into the backpack that was turned backwards, but it hit books and papers, so it really didn't affect. As far as he was telling me, the motion of my brother, he didn't drop or anything, so it was a pause, and it was another shot, allegedly. And again, you know that it was at least 5 or more shots, but this is the detective telling me that it wasn't, he's not aware of that many. So from there, my brother being, going to the ground and them handcuffing him and bleeding out, the assistants that, taking care of him, making sure he's, all right, wasn't there. They portrayed that they took him to the emergency, the emergency room to try to save him and revive, but at that point, my brother's bleeding out.
Wow. So you telling me this Norfolk, okay guys, I'm gonna give you a recap. A Norfolk police officer that was off duty, girlfriend was walking down the street that I just shown y'all where we walked from. Allegedly, his brother was walking in the opposite direction where they was about to pass one another. Allegedly, she says because he's now dead and gone. Okay? He can't speak for himself, so we're only taking what she alleged. She alleged that as he approached her and she approached him, he told her, "I cut you." However, it's said to be said. He never noted, or she never noted, that he pulled a knife out on her. Yet she was so allegedly scared for her life, instead of calling Chesapeake police because it happened here in the beautiful city of Chesapeake, she calls her allegedly bullying boyfriend slash husband to the scene. The husband slash boyfriend comes to the scene, gets into a confrontation with Kevin, which is their brother and her child's father, her children's father. Him and another man comes to the scene with guns on their side, strapped and ready to go. Neither one of them took time out to follow protocol. Neither one of them thought about following protocol, which he has been well trained to do so, because he's an officer of the law, so he knows the protocol. Instead of him taking the protocol, he allowed his emotions to take over the situation. He rolled up on Kevin on January the 19th, 2020. Him and a friend with a gun strapped to his waist. The other one had a gun wherever. Cut Kevin off as he's walking down the street. Because they furious about the fact of what the girlfriend alleged / wife, he had said he was going to do some bodily harm to her. The off-duty Norfolk police officer did not follow protocol and dial 911. He became the decision maker on that day. He decided to play judge, jury, and also God. He rolled up on Kevin as Kevin was walking down the street, as I am now, allegedly, and cut him off. Jumped out the car with an attitude because he already angry because you said, allegedly, what you going to do to my wife. He says something to Kevin. He pulls out a gun. His friend get out the car with a gun strapped to his hip. He pulls out a gun and do this to Kevin. Pow, 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 pow. Where Kevin was shot multiple times and over 5 gunshots were fired from the off-duty officer gun, which is an officer of Norfolk, Virginia, not Chesapeake, Virginia. The crime happened here in Chesapeake, Virginia. He decided on that day to be jury, lawmaker and judge and God, and took that man's life. When Chesapeake police officer came to the scene, Kevin was dying on the ground. They continued to handcuff him and lock him down and restrain him as if he was a threat to anybody after being shot multiple times. He lay on the ground where he died. Now here we go. Chesapeake police officers take over the crime scene. Now this incident has become a crime scene. Norfolk off-duty police officer was never placed under arrest, nor was he charged with murder. And that's the question we have today. Is he above the law? Why is it that he's still at work at Norfolk Police Department on administrative leave? Let me explain to you guys what administrative leave means. You're not on the street riding around here chasing criminals. You're sitting in the office drinking coffee and still getting paid. Okay, if someone else has shot down, murdered, and killed someone that was not a police officer, would they still be walking the beautiful streets of Chesapeake, Virginia and Norfolk, Virginia, and still acting as a police officer of the law when he broke the law, clearly broke the law himself? The law was broken when he came up the house with a gun with the intentions of doing harm to someone. I am the infamous Miss RHODAYOUNG Live. The law was broken when he cut the man off and prevented him from going on his way. Once again, I am the infamous Miss RHODAYOUNG Live. The law was broken when he pulled the gun out on him and threatened that man's life with that gun. Once again, I am the infamous Miss RHODAYOUNG Live. And the law was broken when he shot and killed that man on this very same street for no reason at all. I am the infamous Miss RHODAYOUNG Live. Where do the police officers draw the line when it comes to their badge and also comes to being a citizen of the United States, not just Chesapeake or Norfolk, but the United States of America? You have to be held responsible and accountable like anyone else. Why is it that he is able to walk these streets and still be paid by the citizens and the taxpayers for his job when he has already committed murder and got away with it? Now I want to take it here. I'm giving it back to y'all. Chesapeake, Virginia, I hold you totally responsible for allowing a murderer to walk away from a crime scene. You did not do your job. You failed your citizen of Chesapeake with a mental disability. You failed him, and yet you failed his family by not charging that man with murder on the scene. He should have been locked up and arrested. I was locked up and arrested for 6 days and 6 nights just because my husband alleged I choked them. Now we got somebody that actually, and we know, murdered somebody, and he ain't did a day in jail, or nor have he been charged with anything. But yet, my husband alleged I choked them, and I was charged with strangulation. Is this world really fair? Or is this a black and a white thing? The officer was white, the man was black. Is this a black and a white thing? If a black police officer shot down a white man, with the outcome being the same. If a citizen of North or a citizen of Chesapeake walked up to somebody because somebody alleged that they pulled a knife out on their wife, or he said he would cut your wife, and shot him down on the street, would the outcome had been the same? Do y'all think it's some prejudice going on here? Do you think he getting special privileges? I need y'all help with this. Is it fair that he's still out on these streets? He's a murderer, and he's walking free. And he's still getting paid by the police department of Norfolk, Virginia. Walking free after he took a young man's life. The young man got 3 kids. 3 kids, 3 teenagers. All right, I'm going to come back to you. How do you feel about the justice system now?
It's crazy. I really don't know. I don't know. What's going on now, I really think is unfair. I think that things need to be looked into thoroughly. Apparently, this, as I've said several times, that was excessive force. The force that he used was not needed, and that should be looked into. Also, it was an abuse of power. And as we've seen in many cases before, this has happened several times. This is something that I really think needs to be addressed. It does.
Can I ask you a question? You his brother. This is older brother. Somebody want me to recap. On January 19, 2020, a black man was walking down the street. A white woman was approaching him. It is known that he is mentally disabled. It was alleged that he told the lady, and only one is telling us what happened is the lady that's still here. Okay, she's the only one that knows what really happened. She alleged that he said that he was gonna cut her. She called her boyfriend / husband, which is a Norfolk Police Department officer, which was off duty, but they was in the city of Chesapeake, Virginia. The off-duty Norfolk police officer came out to assist his girlfriend / wife. At the time, Kevin was already leaving the scene. No one was cut. No one was injured. Nothing happened. The off-duty Norfolk police officer allegedly pulled up on Kevin with a friend on the passenger seat. They cut Kevin off while he was trying to make it home. They jumped out the vehicle allegedly. One had a gun on his hip, and the police officer had his gun as well. When the situation was over with, Kevin was shot down dead, and he was shot at over 5 times and hit, we know for a fact, about 2 or 3 times. Not to be guaranteed how many bullets he received to his body, his torso. The issue is the off-duty Norfolk police officer did not follow protocol, nor did his girlfriend / wife. She called her husband or her boyfriend when she supposed to have dialed 911. Her husband / boyfriend took the law into his own hand. He became the judge, the jury, and bless God, and he decided to take Kevin's life on that sad day here in Chesapeake, Virginia. Is your mother still living?
Yes, she is.
Oh, wow. Your mother still living?
Yes, she is.
How is this affecting her?
She having good days and bad days. Like recently, she broke down again, and you know, as we talk over memories and certain things we remember about our brother, you know, we just look at her. She's hurt, and she is taking it hard. You know, family, friends, you know, they coming over, but it's hard for my mom, and you know, just being the oldest son, to be there to console my mom, I need consoling because my brother and I were close. We grew up together. For a person to just take, like you were saying, the authority in their own hands personally and take what they, you know, abiding the law and just saying that I'm going to be the law and going forward to handle this without, again, calling the city of Chesapeake, and you're coming from the city of Norfolk or your jurisdiction, you're not looking to handle the law or fulfill the law. You're looking to come and just handle exactly what you wanted to do because of the personal, the personal words and what you felt in your anger. That's what led you to handle this in the way you wanted. It's one thing, as I listened to this whole thing with the city of Chesapeake, and then the way that you know the law. We live in a lawful land. So if you're an officer, you know the laws and the rules and what you need to abide by. There's no way you can move the laws just to justify and say this man was abiding by the law and say that it's okay because he's an officer. That you can't always take authority with you because you have a badge. You're a person, first. He wasn't just a citizen saying, oh, okay, this person is in danger. He got a call from his wife. And myself, I'm married. I have children. And my wife will call me and say that this has happened to me and I feel threatened. I'm gonna feel personal. I'm gonna take it personal and want to go protect my wife. And as I'm getting to her, I'm ready to fulfill what I'm feeling inside. So I know, and without a doubt, even with her, talking to the detective and hearing certain things, I know that it's more. And I can't just take a story or take certain words and say, okay, I'm gonna close it. My heart is open to my brother, my family, and just to put an ending on it. It's just not like that. And I know it's not over. It's not over.
Have they started funeral arrangements for your brother yet?
Yes, we're working on that. We're currently working on that now.
Do y'all have a to GoFundMe account set up yet?
We don't.
All right, if y'all can get a to GoFundMe set up, we can attach it to this video. So, because I know there's something that y'all didn't plan for,
Right.
and people just can't plan for a situation like this. What about your kids? How your kids handle it?
It's funny because it gets worse for them every day. And each child has their own individual personality, so I have to deal with them differently on a different level. Each one of them. It's hard. They lost their dad.
To a police officer.
Yeah, to a police officer at that. And my son, he at one point wanted to be a police officer. Now he's like, every time he sees one, he can't stand it.
Right.
So, and rightfully so.
Right. If you had something right now, this your opportunity. Because this video gonna be heard. It's gonna be heard by Donald Trump, first of all. How you doing, Mr. Trump? Because this video will be heard by you. It's gonna be heard by the governor of Virginia. It's gonna be heard by the mayor of Virginia. It's gonna be heard by the delegates of Virginia. It's gonna be heard nationwide. I know what I know. This is what you call a senseless killing by a police officer who's supposed to protect and serve his community, not murder the citizens of the community. I want you to look in this camera right now. I want you to take this opportunity that no other news station gave y'all. Nobody but me. And I couldn't get in contact with y'all, and y'all was trying to get in contact with me, but I sat in this parking lot, not knowing y'all gonna show up, and I was here when you showed up. You take what God has given you. This is your platform. You look in this camera as if you're speaking to him directly and tell him exactly how you feel and what damage he have done to you and also your children.
Well, basically, this officer took a father, a son, a brother, a nephew. I want justice. Everybody wants justice. His whole entire family, we want justice. And his story is going to be told, period. This whole one story to the next, I'm not buying it. I'm not feeling it. There's something more to it. It needs to be looked more into. Why wasn't 911 called? Why wasn't 911 called when there's obviously a police station several blocks up? I'm not understanding that. Why do you have to shoot a man 5 to 7 times? It just doesn't make sense to me. You shoot him twice, or you shoot him in the chest and missed it because he had bullets. But then I guess that wasn't good enough. So when you saw that wasn't good enough, you had to continue shooting him. I just don't understand why that was needed. That's the force.
London, England, want you to know, London, England say they're watching. So we don't went past Donald Trump. Donald Trump in D.C. Now we mess with the Queen Elizabeth in London. Go ahead.
I just don't understand. Police officers are supposed to be trained on the use of excessive force. That was excessive force. So where did he miss out in training?
He didn't. He took it personal.
Like he didn't follow protocol.
He wasn't,
So,
baby. Can I say this to you? And I hate to cut you off.
He didn't do.
He wasn't a police officer when he came to the scene. In his mind.
Of course.
Check it.
Of course.
In his mind, he came to this scene as a raging husband
That's
slash boyfriend.
I get that, but that wasn't cool.
And that's what he felt that.
No.
He put all his training to a side and took everything personal.
Right. That's exactly what he did. And that's what I know. And for that, he has to pay for that.
Amen. And brother, you the older brother, and you got to deal with your mother, you got to deal with your younger brothers and everything like that, family members, cousins, grandmothers, uncles, nieces, nephews. Look in this camera. Take this opportunity like a lifetime, once in a lifetime. Tell this man the damage that he has caused to your family, the hurt and the pain that he has caused to your mother and also your family and also to yourself.
First of all, the hurt, you can't understand it until you experience it. I seen families and read about families that has been through this, but to experience it, to see a loved one go like that. See, I talked to the detective, and I asked him this question. Now, if a person has a weapon, and so-called person has a knife, a weapon can be a knife, a stick, a pole, depends on how you're going to use it. I asked him how would an officer respond to this, and he said, he told me training. It's different levels, whether it's shoot to kill or shoot to injure. So I'm saying, if you have distance between yourself, why would you continue to shoot
Offload.
and to cause that type of trauma besides shooting a limb, a leg, a hand? I asked him this. And see, I don't understand all that an officer go through, but I know right from wrong, I know the law. There's no way that you can, live in a lawful land and then pick and choose how you're gonna walk in the law. Now, with my family, my mom, my loved ones, it's hard. It's very hard. I take it day by day. I got to keep moving. I got to do things to the point where I kind of lose. When I say lose myself, it hurts. I'm losing myself to the point where I wish I was there with my brother. I hate to see my brother, leaving this earth like that. The loneliness. To say that you're trying to revive a person and make sure a person is all right as far as leaving this, it hurts. I have my mom. My mom is getting up in age. And just to look at my mom's eyes, and to see that her son is gone before her, and I had to console my mom today to let her know I'm your oldest son. I look at you, and I see the hurt, and just to let the world know that this is happening. And I'm not saying I can solve it, but it's when it happens to your family, you want to do all you can to make sure it doesn't continue to happen. So I want all the resources. Anyone that has a heart. I'm not saying favoritism or you feeling the certain. I'm saying the honest truth to know that this was wrong. It was wrong. And again, I said that I'm a husband and I have a wife and I have children. I know my response. I love my family. I'm sure that man loved his family. So to the point where the anger took over and he mishandled himself. So I know he went and operated in anger, fulfilling the duty of taking care of his wife and honoring her. And he took it to the point where he took the law in his own hands. And he took it and took my brother's life. And forgiveness, right now I'm looking, at justice to make sure again that this doesn't continue to happen. It's been happening. It's been happening, for over, a couple of years now, and months, and now and this and that across the globe. Now I love my brother. I got to go home now and make sure my mom is, have the joy and the peace, and that she's at peace of mind. This can't be taken lightly. I love my brother.
Amen.
And I also just want to add that somebody, whoever may have drove by while this was occurring, I mean, on a Sunday after church hours, somebody saw something. Somebody may have drove by, saw something that just didn't look right. Somebody, if you saw something, just imagine if this was your family member, what would you want someone to do?
Also, we must also add on the Ring cameras. I know I got a video someone sent me from a Ring camera. If you got a Ring camera and it's up there, send it to the family.
Right.
It's only fair for they can see what really happened to their loved one. Because you'll want to know what happened to your loved one. I am the infamous Miss Rhoda Young Live, and I hope I gave y'all the time that y'all needed on the platform to share y'all story. Okay. Once again, here I am out here fighting for justice for this family right here, Kevin. Your death did not go unnoticed or unacknowledged. I am the infamous Miss Rhoda Young Live, where we do have eyes on the police department in Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, and also Newport News. If it's a lawyer out there that's sharp enough that know they can beat this case, come help this family out. No one should be allowed to take no one child's life or no person's life. We all have someone that love us and care for us, regardless if we mentally disturbed, black, white, Mexican, Chinese, or purple or green. You don't have the right to take no one life. To Norfolk police officers, I do apologize, but right is right. Wrong is wrong. I'm a reporter. I'm going to report everything that's against the law out here in the beautiful city in the state of Virginia, city of Chesapeake, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Newport News, Hampton, Richmond, and Full. Y'all know that officer deserve to be in jail. Y'all failing y'all system, y'all failing y'all people by allowing him to steal. It's disrespectful for him still to be on the police force and getting paid with taxpayers' money when he took the life of a citizen because someone said something allegedly to his wife that he did not like. Allegedly, his wife or his girlfriend said Kevin said something to her to make her feel uncomfortable, and the police officer from Norfolk took the law into his own hands. Maybe, just maybe, if you had called 911, this whole situation would have ended differently. This was the job of Chesapeake Police, not Norfolk off-duty police officer. I am the infamous Miss Rhoda Young Live, where I did bring y'all their story to y'all live, raw, and uncut, because they have the right to have their story heard. And I'm going to take y'all on a walk of what really happened on that day. Allegedly, y'all, Kevin and the wife was walking down this street right here. Which way was the wife coming from? And which way?
Not really sure. They were just crossing
Right.
paths.
Which way the wife was coming from or Kevin was coming from, yet we do not know. But they crossed each other's path coming down this street right here. Coming down this street, they crossed each other's path where it was told, if you come past me, allegedly the lady claims that Kevin said, if you come past me, I will cut you. They passed each other. She had the opportunity to call her husband/boyfriend. Nothing happened. However, as Kevin continued to walk down the streets, the husband/boyfriend, off-duty police officer, rolled up on him. When he rolled up on Kevin, he had a friend in the car with him with a gun on his side. The police officer had a gun with him as well. Allegedly, they cut Kevin off when he got to the 35 miles per hour speed zone right there. Once they cut him off, they pulled out guns on Kevin. At least we know the police officer of Norfolk, Virginia did. Kevin was shot at over 5 to 7 times where he, yes it is, love, where he got shot in his chest and other places that he laid right here at the 35 miles per hour speed zone sign, and he died. They put handcuffs on him instead of treating him for medical until the ambulance came. It was a sad day here, January 19, 2020, where an off-duty officer became the law, God, the judge, and the jury, and took someone's life. And right now, charges have still not been filed on him. Question: is the police officers above the law? Do they have the right to kill even when they're not on duty? If anyone had did what he done, would they be in jail to this day? Until next time, guys, I am Rhoda Young Live. Be easy out there. Don't trust no one. No, not one. Anything else y'all would like to say before we go? Sure. All right? Anything else? You good, Tuck? All right. We're going to have a follow-up on this story, y'all. Right now, all we're doing is touching. This is just the tip of it that we touch. More to come. We're going to follow up on this story because someone will be charged for the life of this man that he took. Thank you. I know I have to be safe too, y'all. So it is what it is, you know. That's the life of a reporter. You know, that's the life of an entrepreneur, you know. It's the job that I chose or the God that God has gave me. So if it's my time, it shall be. I'm out. Awesome job.